Hey Pisces star seeds, it's Sweet Spirit Mystic. How's everyone doing? Okay, so the videos are taking a long time to upload for some reason. I've had connectivity issues with the internet, people doing things, wiring things here, so bear with me. However, sometimes it's good to have a break and just kind of let energy play out. See what happens. All right, let me get some sage. Oh. All right. Clean. Okay. All right, so let's start with the Mudra deck. I haven't used this one in a while. This one's so fun. And I don't know what it is, but they really do help. Okay. Messages for Pisces. Oh, here we go. Ooh, I like this. Excuse me, there goes my voice. Okay, so we have two cards. One is enthusiasm, a new start, orange, yellows, reds, and it's ring fingers and thumb together. A few deep breaths. It's number 11 in this deck. This mudra helps at the start of things, like a new project or when you plan a change in your circumstances. It activates the energies needed for getting down to it, for keeping going, for patience, and for optimism. Okay, so when we start something new, that means something has ended. So that can be a hard transition. So think about a beginner's mind. You might be having dreams about new starts. Or dreams where you're looking for something, like you're out shopping and you're looking and there's so many things. That's kind of part of it. Your mind is getting ready for these new things. So this will help it along, okay? I start afresh and taste the beginner's eagerness. Okay? Beautiful. Keep it to yourself, Pisces. Okay, and then we have charisma. You are beautiful. Red, 322, and all it is are the hands palm side together, thumbs out. No, yep, it has to be this way, unless you're incredibly flexible. There goes my voice. 339, you are beautiful. The mudra is good for the back and stimulates your circulation. Look after yourself and your appearance. Treat yourself with the respect which you deserve, and meet your fellow human beings with goodwill and a helpful and positive attitude. Be generous with understanding and sympathetic smiles, and you will find your appeal increases quite on its own. People with charisma are attractive. They and their enthusiasm are infectious. Try this out on the inside first. Then let the images show on the outside. You will be astonished at the results. I smile at life's mirror and see benevolence and beauty. Number 10, which is a 1. This is about the self. Okay, so a new start for yourself. How you view yourself. How you view your life. How you nurture and are tender with yourself. Regardless of what's happened, who's hurt you, all of the mean bullies, regardless of all that, you're still a wonderful, loving human being. And it is true, all of that energy is infectious. If you're out in the world believing that, knowing that about yourself, others will be attracted to that are like you. Also, not so like, but that's where you've really become powerful in the way you can observe people. And not in a mean, judgmental way, but it's like, ooh, is that good for me or not? Because there are human beings out there that are just not good for our nervous system. It's and it doesn't mean they're a bad person, they're just not good for you. And it's like, okay, we'll go our separate ways, or we won't interact as often. Remember, like a coin, this is not a coin, but we can pretend. There's two sides, but it's very similar. Love and not love, okay? So we're learning to determine what is the best version of love for us. What we were taught as a child or in early relationships may not be what's good for your nervous system, your heart, your emotions, your mind, your body now. Okay? Let's use this deck. So what's this new start? 5 of Wands. Okay, so there's competition here. But that's the thing. If you're happy with yourself, you don't have to jump through hoops to make someone love you. They either will do that on their own or not. You don't have to beg. You don't have to lie down in front of the hunter and say, here, I'm here. No. I haven't used that analogy in a long time. A hunter wants to hunt, wants to have a challenge. If you just give that away, not a challenge. Okay? And there can be some toxicity that's related to the hunter, the chaser energy, but for Pisces, you can give so much so quickly. Let someone give to you. Let someone woo you and prove to you that they're worthy of your love before you give it. It doesn't mean being cold, but temper that down. Don't respond right away to messages, to calls. Give it a little time. And you're not playing a game. It's like, hey, you have another life. Your life. Page of Coins. So it's this learning to slow down, to calm down, to nurture yourself first. And as you do that, you show other people how they have to show up for you. They have to care for you. They have to make efforts. Because if they don't, you're not going to give them any time. Hello, fire sign. And we have Justice here. So this is someone that you're working out old karmic cycles with, old patterns of behavior. Again, remember, we learn in childhood what quote unquote love looks like. And a lot of it's unhealthy. Especially if you grew up in a type of abusive household, whatever kind of way that is. We put that together with love when it's not. So we're learning how to untangle our mind from unhealthy patterns and say, you know what, yes, I have an affinity to that. I will go and do things towards that. But I want to be better. I want a love that is equal, is both giving, is sharing. Two whole people coming together like a Venn diagram. It's not two halves. Oh yeah, no. Everyone has to be fully able to look after and love themselves individually, and then it is a choice to be with someone. That's like you have integrated both sides of your masculine and feminine together, and you're looking for someone that also has done that. We also have the Six of Swords here. Okay, let me clarify this. Six of Swords, because we did have the Page of Cups, Page of Cups, Page of Coins. So it's learning to kind of hold back with the Four of Cups. But what's the Six of Swords? Because we don't want you to be taken advantage of, Pisces. Enough of that. Six of Swords. Ooh. All right. Queen of Coins. Ace of Wands. One more. Seven of Wands. Yeah. So I didn't want to just immediately jump to, oh, this Queen of Pentacles is that rotten energy, but it is. What they're doing is they're trying to create a block or resistance when it comes to creativity. Okay, now this could be an intimacy thing. Okay. Now, this happens in a lot of people because of what's happened in their past. I met someone who had a babysitter who took advantage of him when he was young. And we don't think about that with gentlemen, with men. And because of that, he has a hard time with intimacy because she was older and he was young, and yeah, it was stimulating and exciting and all that, but it was inappropriate. He didn't love her. She just kind of pushed herself onto him. And we don't think about that when it comes to boys, but that happens. I knew of someone else who had problems because as a young boy, he was playing in like a park and another man exposed himself with an erection, and it damaged his mind. So there's things that can happen that cause stuff like this. So it's not you. It's probably something buried, but that is something that you both are working through. Interesting how this is coming up. This hasn't come up in a long time. We have the moon energy here. We do have a super full moon in Scorpio, I believe, in the next day or so. So that means that Scorpionic energy is all those deep, dark secrets, all that taboo stuff no one talks about. This is one of those things. So this may come out in a conversation or argument. So have compassion for that. The reason someone is the way they are is because something in their past, like maybe if they had an abusive mother or a mother who cheated on their father or something like that, there's going to be trust issues with women. Even if the woman is a wonderful Pisces, or vice versa. It doesn't have to be just men or women. Wherever you are in this kind of energy, okay? And if this is you and this has happened to you as a child, work on that new perspective in your heart, okay? Love yourself. You did not do anything wrong. This is not your fault. Okay? It is not your fault. And this is where you recognize your own beauty, your loving energy, and that you deserve to be loved in a tender way. And if you've experienced something like this, or someone in your life has, what better person to have that new start with than a Pisces who is loving and understanding? Okay, yeah, the Fool card. So something new. Yeah, new commitment. And you've been paying attention this whole time. Like, really, Pisces, if someone does not make your life easier or more beautiful or more enriched, you're just fine on your own with the Nine of Pentacles, okay? We have the Two of Cups and the Tower. So this is something in a relationship you have now, and it's sudden, shocking. But since you're getting the information now, you'll be better equipped to be compassionate, to be patient. So use those skills, Pisces, because that is the energy that heals. Take your time. All of this takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, but this is your opportunity to help yourself and others heal and not feel bad about themselves or yourself. Again, you didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. But now what do we do to recover from things like that? Two of Swords and the King of Swords. So logic doesn't always work. It's changing the mindset with the Devil here. So this Two of Swords and King of Swords is falling right on this King of Wands, Justice, Two of Cups. So, and the Five of Wands. So it's like they get into their head so much about what's happened in the past, and they may have addictive tendencies to kind of numb that energy out. However, I feel like they want to stop feeding that wolf, feeding those obsessions, addictions, coping mechanisms that are unhealthy. But again, they have to do it. You can't do it for them. You can be compassionate and understanding, but they have to do that work. You've already done yours. Wow. We have the Star and the Hanged One, which is also Pisces. So healing by surrendering. Okay, you need to do what you have to do. I'm going to be over here, but I still care about you. Yep, Chariot. You'll move on quickly too, because you're a hot commodity, Pisces. Wow. Yeah, if they try to hold back in any way and like keep doing this bad stuff, you're not going to be there anymore. And they know that. So that's why there's this urgency that they really let go of whatever this is. And, you know, there's that part of us that are like, oh, it takes time, da, da, da. You know what? If you're ready, you can stop anything cold turkey. Even the hardest things in the world. When I was forced to take a particular medication, antipsychotic, really hardcore, when I didn't need it, I just stopped. And that was it. Oh, but you'll have all these... You know what? I just stopped. And it took a little bit for my brain to recalibrate, but it's possible. And I was on a heavy dose because they thought I had problems, but I didn't. It was medication induced. So it's, yeah, when you want to do something, you can stop. Okay. I will not take that excuse. Because it's about your own will. All right. 10 of Cups, Page of Wands. So I feel like, hold on. I feel like this fire sign's family views them as very immature, no matter their age. They're probably not that young, but just immature, won't ever get it together. And they've had that just kind of drilled, not kind of, they've had that drilled into them, into their mind, their whole life. You're immature, you can't get it together, you're a loser. So again, it's working with that on an internal level to be like, no, I'm not a loser. I'm not messed up. I love myself. And I feel like your energy, Pisces, has shown them this. Because they know that you've been through things. And even though you have, you don't put yourself down for it. You keep living your life in a beautiful way. So, Ten of Coins, Two of Wands, and the World card. So, there's something about like being cut off from family money, probably because of the addiction. So that'll stop. Okay. King of Coins, yeah, so that'll stop. So there'll be this stability that's created because of financial luxury. Almost like they'll be more generous with you. Wheel of Fortune. And the Sun. Yeah, because I think it's like, for one thing, any kind of substance, that's expensive. So if you stop it, you have a lot of extra money that you didn't have before. I mean, I don't know what it is in the US, but I think a pack of cigarettes is like $8 to $10. So if you smoke one of those per day, that's a lot of money. Alcohol, expensive. Any kind of drug or something, that's expensive. So use all that money and go on a trip. Yeah, they've been hurt by their mother. They've been hurt by love. I've also heard of stories where a son and a mother had some questionable things because the mother would say things to their child that were inappropriate. While she was under the influence, she would talk romantically to her own son. So lots of places where this kind of energy can come from. Four of Swords, and there's this recovering from all that. Hermit, that's probably why they've been alone a lot. But now there's this Nine of Cups energy with you. Normally there's only one person on the Nine of Cups card, but there's two people here together in each other's arms. They're not doom scrolling on their phone. They're looking into each other's eyes. When was the last time that happened in your life? So know that your ancestors are protecting you and also this person, because there is a connection there. You know, it's like this real innocent part. Remember the two pages? It's like you've both been through similar things in childhood, just different, you know, manifestations of it, but similar. And as they get to know you and see how you've healed those wounds, accepted what happened, but still live your life, they will also do that. Because there's so much conflict with relationships because of the past. And, you know, so much anxiety every time they drink or do whatever. But now it's time, you know, to move on from that past quickly, because they don't want to miss out on a really deep emotional connection that they've been manifesting with you. But I feel like with all of the lies and the, nothing, I'm fine, all that, it's just creating distance, because you know already. Your body knows already. And your ancestors will not tolerate someone lying to you. They will be exposed. So yes, we have compassion for what's happened to people. However, bad behavior is not tolerated. So you do not have to stay with someone who's doing all this stuff, and they know it. So you keep loving your life. You keep moving forward, Pisces. You're attracting those that are closer and closer to your energy. Yes, you kind of have to watch out, but you know how to do that. So this person knows that if they don't get themselves together, like right now, you're moving on, and quickly too. It's like once this relationship ends, someone else comes in and then you get married. Something like that. So they don't want that. So they might try to hum and haw, and they might have been like, okay, I'm kind of lying to myself and I'm lying to Pisces about this, but all of that will be known. This full moon in Scorpio, it will be known. Okay, so it can be the 2 weeks after, it can be until the next Scorpio full moon, but it will all be clear. So you know this. I'm just confirming what you already know. And put yourself first, so that whatever happens in this relationship, you'll be just fine. And be proud of yourself for standing firm and not turning into an enabler or I'll just stick it out. No, you deserve someone who is present with you. Where is that? Well, this is a similar energy with the Four of Wands. Again, looking in each other's eyes, present. When you are on any kind of substance, you are not present. You're only thinking about your next opportunity to partake of that substance, and you don't see anyone else. Okay, so this is the energy we're looking for in relationships. Quality time that is present, that considers you and your feelings just like you do for others. Okay, Pisces, so enough feeling burdened. Oh, no. Yeah, time to follow your heart. Okay? Pisces, I'm really proud of you, because this is not easy. I've dealt with a lot of people with addictions in my life. A lot. And it's hard. because we want love so bad and we give it so freely, and yet it's like they don't even know. They like you around because it feels good, but you could be anybody, really. All right, Pisces, I love you. And I have deep empathy if this is your story. But you know what? It feels like it'll be okay. Like, I don't feel you being devastated. If anything, they'll be devastated. But hey, sometimes that's how it goes. They gotta hit the rockiest bottom of bottoms. And that would be losing you. That's the biggest loss of all time. Because you're so wonderful, Pisces. Okay, I love you. I'll see you soon.